Round 20 of the NRL is over, and as promised in my videos as much as possible, if Parramatta win, I wear a Parramatta item. Let's get into the Round 20 recap. The first game at Leichhardt Oval was the West Tigers against the Cowboys. Tipped the Tigers by 6 points in this one. Thought the Cowboys were going to put in a fight, but honestly, they were just dreadful. I wasn't expecting this. Nick from Australia, who has a fantastic channel, check him out. He's a Cowboys fan, and he expected the Tigers 13+, but I never would have guessed it. I mean, Leichhardt Oval, Robbie Farah retiring, and I've got to say, Robbie Farah was probably the best player on the field in this match. He kind of reminded me of Cameron McInnes in the Dragons game. He was so crucial to this. Obviously, the result wasn't as close. As for the Cowboys, I mean, players like Kyle Feldt played really well, but Scott Drinkwater, I was expecting him to have a big game, and I thought he was fairly quiet. But yeah, the Tigers look really good, and I've had a couple fans ask if Tigers will make finals, and at this stage, it's a no from me, but I think that they have a massive chance. They're now in the top 8, and props to the Tigers, a big game from them at Leichhardt, which probably ruined the Cowboys' season. The next game was the Warriors, who I actually tipped against the Canberra Raiders. Now, the Canberra Raiders showed me that they are genuine contenders for this year's premiership. And out of the teams sitting there, I hope they win it. It would be good to see Canberra get up this year. Bailey Simonson got a double. Is there anyone else who got a double? Josh Hodgson scored a try, and I've got to say, he was fantastic in this match, leading this Raiders pack. Chanel Harris-Tavita got a double because Cody Nikorima got injured during the match, and he looks to be out for the season, which is a big loss for the Warriors. But they ended up winning this 46-12. It really became a runaway game in the first half. It was 28-0, I believe. Jared Croker was fairly quiet. He kicked all his goals, but didn't think he did too much for the side. But Josh Papali, ever since Origin, he's been in supreme form, and he's scored in back-to-back games now. Might even be triple, but I think it's back-to-back games. But as I said, the Raiders, they look threatening here, and I don't know why I went against them. I just thought they were due for a loss, and big test this week against the Roosters. Game was an absolute thriller. The Broncos up against the Storm. I picked the Storm here 24 points to 6, and I mean, I was not that close, but Broncos 4, I picked them at 6, very close. But the Storm, they put on a showcase here with 40 points. Ryan Pappenhausen. Now, he is so good at Suncorp Stadium. Against Parramatta, when they flogged us, I think they should put him as Broncos fullback. He plays out of his skin at that stadium. He plays really good for Melbourne, like that game against the Tigers, but I don't know, there's something about Suncorp that brings this kid to life. He's fantastic to watch. This was my game of the week. The Storm was so clinical here. The forwards, Kenny Bromwich got a double. Christian Welch got his first try, I think, since 2016, if I'm not wrong. But he's now out for the season, which we'll have to see. It's a big loss for them. But the Storm, they looked really good here. Not much to say about the Broncos. They're really struggling at the moment. I don't know why, but I still think that the Broncos might be there during the finals. But I don't know. There's a lot to say. But as I said, Ryan Pappenhausen was a standout for the match, and I really enjoyed the way that the Storm responded to a loss to the Sea Eagles, which was only by 1 point. And they've got the Rabbits this week, a 2 top 4 clash. The next game, I'll be honest, I didn't watch it because I was heading down to the Bulldogs and the Panthers, but I watched the highlights, and I've got to say, how the fuck did Ruben Garrick keep the ball in the field of play in this match? Manly, 30 points to 6. It was a 4-point difference, I think, at half time, but a sidestep great try from Ponga, but not much to talk about here for the Knights. They're really struggling. Mitchell Pearce, his form has really dropped in the last couple of months, but Ruben Garrick got a double. I backed him for a try, which was fantastic. And I just can't believe that first try. I can't get over how good it was. He only kicked 3 out of 6, so it could have been 36-6. They could have won by 30, but Manly, they're very big contenders as well, in my opinion, for the big dance. They've beaten the Storm, and a win over the Knights like this. Next week, Manly take on the Warriors, and I think they should win that easy. But not a very good game, in my opinion, but we see now that the Sea Eagles are true contenders. which I went to down at Bankwest Stadium. Go and check out the vlog for that one. The Bulldogs up against the Panthers. Got to say, the Bulldogs probably had their best game all season. Dallin Waitan-Zelezniak played absolutely out of his skin. I thought he was amazing. Remus Smith just finds a way to the line. He is so damn impressive. I thought Nick Meaney had a really good game in this one. I mean, the whole Bulldogs team, they were on here. And Penrith, I don't know if they're choking or what's happened, but they won 7 in a row. They've lost to Canberra. Now they've lost to Canterbury. But Canterbury look like the best form I've seen all year. It was really good to meet some of the players. I can't believe Aiden Tolman got sin bin. I think it was the right call, but sin bin in his 200th game and then came back to win it. The Dogs. Who let the Dogs out? I thought they were just phenomenal in this match, and the Panthers could not contain them. And the issue is Maloney and Cleary play really good apart, but when they're together, they play shocking. And I think this was an example of that match. So Panthers fans, I would start to worry now, but the Dogs will take a lot of confidence, and they play really good against the Tigers, and they play them this week. The next game, and you can... it's hard to say this, because at the start of the year, I put the Sharks in about 11th place, I think it was. And I did say that I think that they were going to have some good games and then choke, and it was starting to happen, so I thought it was right. Now, I'm going to say that in my opinion, the Sharks are genuine contenders this year. The Sharks absolutely outclassed the Rabbitohs for most of this match. Wade Graham is the Cameron Smith of the Sharks. Now, I won't take credit away from him. Josh Dugan, who I think is a shocking player a lot of the time, he finds a way to the line, scores a lot of tries. But in this game, he was very clinical, and I thought he played probably his best game of the season. But Wade Graham was really on here in his comeback. It was almost 38 points to 24 with a Souths comeback on the cards. However, a field goal from, was it Chad Townsend? It was Chad Townsend in the 80th minute. Saw the Sharks win 39 points to 24. I thought Cameron Murray had a fairly good game. Adam Reynolds was on and off. I didn't think he played his best game, but Dane Gagai was really good. But the Sharks, you can't take it away from them. Bronson Cherry was on, and I don't know about you. Let me know in the comments if they're pretenders or contenders. But in my opinion, the Cronulla Sharks are true contenders. The next game was the Roosters up against the Titans, and I've got to say, what the fuck is going on at the Titans? You got players like Tyrone Peachy, Nathan Peets, Ash Taylor came back, Riley Jacks. You've got a good roster, not a great roster, and all you can do is score 6 points. The Roosters killed them. They're getting the wooden spoon. I'm getting some money. I think it's like $19.75 or something. But anyway, I picked them for spoon a while back. But Brett Morris, he is now in a special club with the top 10 most NRL tries of all time. That is fantastic. He got a hat-trick in this match. Cooper Cronk scored his 100th try. Latrell Mitchell a double. James Tedesco first try scorer again. I must back him next week, but it's against the Raiders, so I don't know. It's a hard one to pick, but they've had pretty easy opposition the last few weeks when they've scored. The Knights, the Bulldogs, and the Titans in this one. James Tedesco got a double. Latrell Mitchell on form, kicked 9 out of 10 field goal. But the Titans, they're a worry. The Roosters were so clinical here. They were a massive threat. I did say I was expecting a 50-6 scoreline. I was expecting 32-18, I think was my score prediction. But the Titans are just fucking garbage. I feel so bad for Titans fans. You want your team to go good, and I know it. Being a Parramatta fan, experiencing all these spoons, getting all these players and just doing nothing. Ash Taylor had a really good game, and the try that the Titans scored was fantastic. I expect them to get a win in the last few games of the season. I just don't see it happening soon. The Roosters too good here. We ended the round with a bludger of a match, the Dragons against the Eels. I was expecting this game to be a lot better than it was, and I was expecting an 8-point win, which I got, which was good. But I don't know. I mean, we went gritty, and we can take a lot of confidence out of that. Besides that, this was a friggin' boring game, in my opinion. I thought the Dylan Brown try was absolutely amazing. And Mitchell Moses is in career best form, without a doubt. The sin binning of Kane Evans was ridiculous. And when I found out that Henry Paranara was in the bunker, all Parramatta tries went up to the bunker. Kane Evans in the sin bin. He's a fucking idiot. I can't stand Henry Paranara, and I'm sorry, but even the Knights are scared of him. And as I've said, I can't take a lot of confidence out of this game. We've got the Knights this week. They're in a struggling phase. I don't know if we're going to beat them, but it's at Bankwest, and I hope so. As for the Dragons, they played an alright game, but Ben Hunt was not on at all. Gareth Widdop was okay. Ravalawa scored a try, but I don't know what confidence they're going to take into this Titans game, although I think they're going to get them by a score. Eels won this one, 12 points to 4 to end off the round. Let me know what you guys enjoyed most this round. Was it the Brett Morris hat-trick? Was it being a Parramatta fan? A lot of you are Parramatta fans getting the win. Leave your comment below. And I'll leave a link in the description for my giveaway. And to my giveaway, I'm running it until the 30th of August. All you need to do is comment how much my pop vinyl collection is worth in value. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in my round 21 predictions.